Hi, everybody. Hello, and happy Valentine's Day. Happy Galentine's Day to everybody. Hope you guys are doing well. Just getting myself set up here. Hey, happy Galentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, whatever you celebrate. All right, guys. So, let's go ahead and get started. And then if you guys have any questions, you can drop them in the chat, comments for sure. But today I'm going to be talking to you guys about how to fall in love again with your coaching business, or if you've fallen out of love, how to fall in love again, right? So in honor of Valentine's Day slash Galentine's Day, I thought this topic was appropriate because having a business is a lot like having a relationship. And, um, truth be told, depending on how we got into business, why we got into business, we may feel complacent, we may feel unsatisfied, frustrated at times. But then there are other times where we like love our businesses, everything about it, and we're excited to see it grow. So I know some people have sworn off Valentine's Day, um, and it's like a forbidden holiday for them. But I think let's just put that aside, put our differences aside with Valentine's Day for just a few minutes and talk about it from a business perspective, right? So feel free to drop your questions or your comments into the chat. Would definitely love to hear from you. So let me know if you're a part of the live crew or you're a part of the replay crew. So, as I've said before, having a business is a lot like having a relationship. And I feel like a lot of the same things that keep a relationship going, keep your business going. And a lot of how we feel about our business dictates how our business actually does, right? And we have to be willing to accept the truth. So I'm going to start with the truth. And what do I mean by this? So, for example, if you got into business because you just want to make more money, I'm sorry to say that you're going to have delayed gratification. Or just because you see everybody and their mama starting a business, you just start one too. Now, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with a side hustle. I've been an avid side hustler for years, right? But I do feel that entrepreneurship is being glorified right now. And that this glorification is really at an all-time high. Now, people don't really have a good understanding of all that it takes to truly keep the lights on, so to speak, when it comes to business. And they honestly have no desire of knowing, really. They think they will just open a business and have people work for them, or people are just going to buy because they opened. So I hate to say it, but that's just not how it all works, right? That's like having unrealistic expectations in a relationship. It's kind of like you and your friends, you're friends with someone, let's say, and that person is a cheater and doesn't really care about anything or anybody. And then you get into a relationship with that person thinking that they're going to treat you like a queen. It's like, no, they are literally the same person. You are just trying to change who you are to fit into their mold, which is always a bad idea, right? So, when it comes to your business, you have unrealistic expectations. You think that money is just going to come to you quickly. You don't want to invest in your business or yourself to take your skill set to the next level. You think it's going to just be better just because, right? And you have to, ditch those unrealistic expectations, especially what you see on social media, guys. So, did you guys know that within the first 18 months, hey, did you know that within the first 18 months, 80% of businesses fail? So that's 8 to 10 entrepreneurs don't make it past the first year. Now get this. 70% of relationships fail in the first year. So that's 7 out of 10 couples in the first year fail. Well, let's look at this, right? These stats are really similar, and I wonder why that is. So let's look at some common reasons and see if there are similarities as to why businesses fail and then relationships fail. So, for businesses Typically, they fail because they have a lack of capital or funding. They retain inadequate management. They have a faulty infrastructure or business model, and they're unsuccessful with their marketing initiatives, right? Couples fail because they fail to see things in reality. They project what they want to see in their partner and not what actually is. They don't understand what each other wants. There's a power struggle oftentimes, unrealistic expectations, communication issues. And people really they want to return on their investment, right? That they aren't seeing in that relationship. And then also people just don't live up to their first impressions that they had when they first got together. So to me, these are really similar to why businesses don't make it past the first year. The lack of capital or funding is that you are pouring from an empty cup, right? And you're unable to see that return on your investment because that's what you're doing, right? You're in the negative. The inadequate management team is not being fully equipped or emotionally ready to be in a relationship or to run a business, right? The faulty infrastructure or business model is not having those realistic expectations and not understanding all that is required to be able to run a business or to have a relationship. And then the unsuccessful marketing initiatives are communication issues, right? Communication issues and then projecting what we want to see rather than what's actually there, i.e., like not listening to your ideal customer, right? So, I know you're probably like, dang, when do we actually get to the love part? so, um, as someone who's been in business for over a decade and a few endeavors, here's my best advice when it comes to falling in love with your business or falling in love with your business again or your coaching business again. So, the first thing that I tell people to do is to reclaim or to be clear about their why. I see a lot of coaches and entrepreneurs out here, they skip this because coaching or any other service based um, business is people based, right? I think it's very important to be really clear about why you've decided to embark on this journey and keep that in the forefront of everything that you do. You will have to go back to your why very often, especially when you are brand storytelling. And if it's surface level, it's going to sound that way, right? If it's like a surface level reason why you started your business, that's how it's going to sound. And if I'm being brutally honest, if your sole goal is to make money, I feel like you're going to be burnt out and dissatisfied pretty quickly because it really is hard work, way more than a job, actually. So that's the truth, especially in the first few years, right? You have to realize and recognize different opportunities. And is this something that you're going to start as a business, you're going to invest in, or you're going to pass up, right? You don't know the difference? Let me help you with that. So if you're actively starting a business in something, that means you're going to put in the blood, sweat, and tears that's required to make it run like a well-oiled machine, right? Investing means you are going to put your money up, be a partner or be a silent partner, but you're not going to get involved in the day to day in the operations. You're trying to be a passive income earner in this endeavor. And just saying, this is kind of the way to go, especially if you're looking to have multiple streams of revenue. Wealthy people have what 6 to 7 streams of income, and 4 to 6 of those are passive, right? So like they probably have one active source of revenue, which is probably that business that they started that they put their blood, sweat, and tears in, and then the rest of their income streams are passive, right? So that means you don't get involved, you know, and you just kind of making money on the side. So just saying. Then there's passing up the opportunity or passing it up, meaning you don't get involved, but you support it, you respect it, you know your limits. So you have to decide what you want to do. Second thing is living and speaking your truth. In your business, there are going to be so many things thrown at you, but you have to do what's in alignment with your core values and your brand's values, right? If something doesn't feel right, then it's probably not. Um, Something may be a good opportunity, quote unquote, but don't just do stuff because of that. One of the fastest ways to lose your brand community is when you just start doing things that don't serve them in your business, but you're just doing it because it's a good opportunity, right? So definitely be aware of that. The third thing is to level set your expectations, right? Set proper expectations for yourself and in your business, knowing when you're at your limit and get help accordingly. right? And just know things that they're not going to happen overnight. The fourth thing is to set boundaries. So this is really super important and something that I had to learn as someone coming from like a corporate environment where there were no boundaries. I didn't have any. So you have to set boundaries for yourself, for your team, and your clients. So people should not be calling you at 1 a.m. for coaching services or to tell you about something in their business, right? I know we want to be there for our clients, but you have to set those boundaries. If they do, you don't feel the need to respond to that until the next business day during your business hours, right? Everyone needs time away. Um, the fifth thing is to trust the process, right? So while you may not see the fruits of your labor right away, don't get discouraged. There is a method to the madness, and there are levels to this, right? So don't judge your beginnings on someone else's middle or someone else's end, right? In their entrepreneurship journey, your journey is your journey, right? Six, know that growth can be challenging, but if you're willing to work for it, then it'll be worth it. So you have to be willing to invest in yourself to level up. If you treat your business like a hobby, you have a $1 work ethic, but you want to make $1 million, you will produce $1 results. That's just the truth. And then the last thing is to operate in your zone of genius. I say this a lot, but I see so many coaches, entrepreneurs, people trying to start businesses because they see someone else doing something and they feel like, oh my gosh, they're making so much money. I can make money too. Let me get in on this, right? It's not even something that they're good at, and they have no idea how to make it work really or how to make it successful. It's just they just see money being made, so they just jump in it. Then they wonder why it's dissatisfying. Now they want to quit, but they don't quit because it looks weak or like it's failure. And then they get overwhelmed, and there's just an overall dissatisfaction with everything. So if that's you, let it go. Use your skill set. That means you're not using your gifts, you are borrowing from others, and that will always just leave you unfulfilled, right? Always. So that's why I tell my clients to operate in their zone of genius. Stop trying to do and be like everybody else. It's just not worth it in the end. So let's recap how we can fall in love with our coaching business again. Number one, reclaim your why. Number two, live and speak your truth. Number three, level set your expectations. Number four, set boundaries. Number five, trust the process. Number six, know that growth can be challenging but worth it. And number seven, operate in your zone of genius, right? So these are actually the exact steps that I have taken in my business and how I stay in love with my businesses year after year, right? Businesses with the S, right? It's like a relationship. It really is. And it's hard work. Believe me, there are times where I'm frustrated. I'm like, oh, like I hate it here. But believe me, if you're willing to work at it, it will be well worth it. But I do treat my business like a relationship. You have to nurture it. You have to show it love so it can show you love back. Um, but believe me, I know that it's hard to love your business if you feel like you're working tirelessly with no results. So let's change that and get you in front of your ideal client. So if you guys feel like your coaching business needs some love and you want to set your business up so that it's more profitable and sustainable, where you're attracting your ideal clients on repeat and earning consistent income, you can actually click the link in my bio and fill out the application for the Brand Builder Blueprint. If you're on Instagram, if you're on Facebook, then you can click the link in the description of this live and complete the application. So guys, that's all I have for today. I know that today, people are out with their significant other or they're celebrating with their friends. But if you guys have any questions, let me know. Feel free to drop them in the chat, or you can also DM me on Facebook at iSimplyShe or on Instagram at I_simply_she. And you can leave me a comment under the live as well. But if you found value in today's live, share it with a friend or a business bestie who maybe needs help. Maybe they have fallen out of love with their business, or they're trying to figure out what to do next. So share this with them. And we want to encourage everybody. We want to share the love, especially on Valentine's Day and Galentine's Day. But hopefully it's helpful for you guys. And I will talk to you all soon. Take care and have a great rest of your day.